Gary, finally.
Real pleasure. Like for us three though, guys, there was no conversation when we went through K through 12 where there was any outlet other than the variable of your success was going to be predicated on what college you went to. I was making real money, like real money. I was making $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a weekend as a 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old, and there was nobody in my life outside of my parents who deemed that as a proxy or a preview to success. That is insane.
Yeah.
Like literally in my face, teachers and acquaintances and parents of dear friends, though knew I was making as much money, if not more than them, looked at me and said, oh, you're getting D's in science? You're gonna be a loser one day.
You know, one of the things I love about being on the foundation is that I've been able to connect with really great people that are passionate about education. Chief among this is Gary. Gary Vaynerchuck is very outspoken on some of the things in education. Warning, he uses colorful language, so if that offends you, don't continue. But Gary is also very practical in the sense that he wants his students, if he started a school, and you're going to see this clip, of doing things not just in theory. So I think you're going to love this.
If you have the brain power and the pedigree to go to a Harvard or Stanford or MIT, there's a lot of amazing things that potentially can come from you. Ironically, not guaranteeingly, something that produces money for you. So look, I think you're exactly right. I think we're living through unbelievable disruption. You know, when I look at my inbox and my DMs on Instagram every day, ungodly amounts of 14-year-olds, both D and F students smoking weed, but also straight A students on their way to Harvard, all questioning everything because they're getting different information. They're listening to this podcast, and I think that manifests over a 30-year cycle.
So my question to you is, and I don't want to even say you started Gary V School of whatever. I think public schools are worth saving, and I think that, like, what drives me nuts is there's a freaking incubator or a startup space in every town. Everybody's got a co-working space. The greatest co-working space could be a school.
Yeah, listen. By the way, why don't you level it up? And I'm sure that's what you're saying. Education should be persevered and understood that that's actually how it all works out. Education has a place. Whether that is in the form of a school that we go to K through 12, whether that's in the form of an incubator, whether that's in the form of a class on a laptop that you provide, whether that's people watching my vlog, whether that's people reading a book, whether that's people, education really matters. I just think that there's a lot to be left desired in the way that we've accepted it for the last 60 years when it was built to create employees for corporations.
If Gary were to transform let's just go with middle school or high school, what is the first thing you start with?
The first thing we do is we memorize zero information ever, forever. It's rule number 1 of the Bill of Rights of my school. Zero memorization of information. Information's commoditized. It's at the fingertips of every single person. Memorizing or knowing any information is dick shit.
Yeah.
It's outlawed. It is not valued. We do not score on it. You know, I think the first thing I build an entrepreneur school, and so the first class and the first day is all about selling.
Okay.
I believe selling is, you know, the seed in a lot of ways of entrepreneurship. So I think the first thing would be teaching a selling class. So probably the first day of school, given my narrative of my career, would be Lemonade 101.
Okay.
And everybody would kind of walk in, and depending on if it was a middle school, I would still call it Lemonade, but what we would probably do is we would buy and sell something. Most likely we would go, so my curriculum would change every year, my concepts would change every year, but it would be a 100% doing organization, right? We would teach something on Monday, and we would do it literally Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then some version of that. I don't know if that goes another week or if every Monday I'm willing to teach something, but 4 to 5 days is doing. And so day number 1 today, if it started tomorrow, is retail arbitrage. I believe every single person listening to this can make $100,000 a year. $100,000 a year and have very good work-life balance by buying stuff in one place and selling it on the internet somewhere else. If I lived in today's world, I would spend every minute, buy shit, and flip it.
Okay, thanks so much for watching, guys. We're gonna have more clips like this along the way. If you can do me a favor, number one, go to the StartedUP page, like it, subscribe it, do whatever. But also, if you want more information, you can always message me here through Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, or you can always email me, don@startedupinnovation.com. We grow and we thrive because people are passing the word on, and that is like gold to us. Also, you can check out our podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever you can find podcasts. It is called the StartedUP podcast, in which you can listen to the last episode with Gary on there as well. All right, this is Don Wettrick reminding you opportunities everywhere. We'll see ya.